Hello all, myself Soumya KS, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Commerce GFGC Baramsagara. In this video, we shall discuss about various types of interest on securities which are taxable under the head income from other sources. As we know, interest on securities are taxable under the head income from other sources. That is the income by way of interest on securities. It is chargeable under the head income from other sources only if it is not charged under profit and gains of business or profession. According to section 2, subsection 28b, interest on securities means interest on any security of the central government or state government, means the securities issued by central or state government. Then interest on debentures issued by the companies, or other securities for money issued by or on behalf of a local authority or a company or a corporation which are established by central, state or any provincial act. With respect to profit and loss on sale of securities, if the security is purchased for the not for the purpose of business of the assessee, and he hold it in the form of investment, and if he sells and earns profit out of this, then it is taxable under the head capital gain. And if the securities are purchased in the course of business of the assessee, then profit on the sale of those securities are taxable under the head profit or gains of business or profession. But the interest on these securities are taxable under the head income from other sources. Let's see different types of securities which are issued by the central, state, government or even other local authorities. The various securities, the interest on those securities which are taxable under section income under the head income from other sources are majorly classified into four types. They are tax-free government securities, then less tax government securities. Similarly, tax-free non-government securities and less tax non-government securities. First, let us discuss about tax-free government securities. These securities are those the interest on which is fully exempt. Tax-free government securities means any interest received from these tax-free government securities are fully exempt under section 10 subsection 15. Interest on such securities, it is not even included in the total income, hence there is no tax at all. Following are the tax-free government securities such as 12-year National Saving Annuity Certificate NSC certificates, then National Defence Gold Bonds of 1980, Special Bearer Bonds of 1991, Treasury Saving Deposit Certificate, Treasury Bonds we call, Treasury Bonds 10 years, Post Office Cash Certificates of 5 years, then few other tax-free government securities are National Plan Certificates of 10 years, National Plan Saving Certificates of 12 years, Post Office National Saving Certificate NSC bonds of 12 or 7 years, then Post Office Savings Bank account. Here in case of individual account, maximum exemption limit is rupees 3,500, means if you are having a post office SB account, then you have earned interest over that. Up to rupees 3,500 is exempt. And in case of joint account, up to rupees 7,000 is exempt. Then post office cumulative time deposit account of 15 years. Few other tax-free government securities are fixed deposit scheme governed by the government savings certificates under fixed deposit rule of 1968. Then fixed deposit scheme governed by post office special deposit scheme of 1981. Public account on post office up to rupees 5,000. Gold deposit bonds of 1999. Bonds issued by the local authority and specified by the central government. Let's see the less tax government securities. These securities are issued by either the central government or state government. These are taxable, but no tax is deducted at source, means there will not be any TDS on such securities. Therefore, the interest on such securities will not be grossed up, means the total interest will be included in total income of the assessee and it is taxable as per slab rate. But there are few exceptions, that is, tax shall be deducted at source on interest on savings taxable bonds if the interest payable exceeds rupees 10,000 during the financial year. If interest payable on these less tax government securities exceeds 10,000, then only there will be a TDS at specified rates. Few tax-free non-government securities, let's see which are those. These are issued by the local authority or corporation or even by a company in the form of debentures or bonds. And these are called tax-free because the assessee need not to pay out of his pocket. The tax will be paid by the company on its interest is deemed to have been paid on behalf of assessee. Assessee ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಕಂಪನಿನೇ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ನ. So as assessee is not paying anything, it is considered as tax free. And the last one, less tax non-government securities. Here even we may call it as a taxable security because here the income tax is deducted at source on the amount of interest calculated at the percentage stated on the securities, and only the balance amount of interest left after deduction of the income tax will be paid to the security holder. On behalf of the assessee, who is required to make payment of this interest, they will make TDS and only the remaining amount after TDS amount will be given to the assessee. And if the rate percent of interest is given, it is not grossed up as it is already the gross amount of interest and income tax is to be deducted therefrom. Only the interest rate is given and it is not grossed up, means the assessee is required to make payment. And if in the case of these securities the net amount of interest is given, then it should be grossed up while calculation of total income. But here the tax rate will be less, that's why it's considered as less tax non-government securities. Just 10% like this the tax rate will be, which will be made in the form of TDS. That's why these are called as less tax non-government securities. For further reference, you can refer these textbooks and websites. Thank you.